So a very good morning to everyone, students, dear parents, and my colleagues. So we'll be knowing a lot today about the Central University Common Entrance Test. And I would like Akriti to welcome our guest today.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the session of CUCET Demystified. Today, we have with us Ms. Pulak Sparsha, Head Law Product at Career Launcher Noida, who would be informing us regarding the Central University Common Entrance Test. Ms. Pulak Sparsha has pursued law from NLU Patna and passed out with pride academic record, which brought her honor from former CJI Mr. KG Balakrishnan in 2009. She has been associated with Thomson Reuters, a US law firm, for 3 years and also worked with State Appellate Authority, Bihar. For the past 5 years, her high degree of passion for teaching inspired her to mentor, guide, and teach students to fulfill their dreams. Now, I would like to request her to proceed with the session.
So we also have with us, so I think Sunitra ma'am, we have with us Ramanu sir. He's the director here at Career Launcher, right? So it would be honor if sir could just initiate and address everyone, and then probably I could.
Yeah, we welcome you, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So I got how many information? I got like only 3. I asked very. Let me see. Is there any? So see, write to everyone. Probably your presence will be felt. So I asked the information. Which class you are studying and which subjects you have taken in 11th and 12th. So that way, probably it is better for me and then Pulak also to take care of your queries and obviously we'll relate our session in a similar way. So and when I said it is going to be difficult for me because my daughter studied in Cambridge, Noida. She is in 2nd class. And whenever I teach anything to her, she has a very simple line. Ma'am ne padhaya hai, aise hi padhna hai. So probably I have tried to give some thoughts ki aise bhi padh sakte hai, but she has a lot of faith on a teachers and a school. So hardly I am able to give any new concept to her. But she's in 2nd class, so there is nothing like new concept for her. But yes, when it comes to a school and when it comes to the kids who study in the schools, that's very good to see when the kids had the pride about the teachers and all. Because when we move towards a college life, that is very, very important. We should take suggestions. We should talk to the people around, and I think we are there in the session today in that lot only. So you are already there. You know the importance of it. You know the what subjects you need to do. You also know how much score you need to make. So when it comes to 11th and 12th, and I see the people from all background, humanities, commerce with maths, and then something commerce, and I'm not finding this probably science and with bio. So we are finding people from almost all backgrounds. So humanity is there, commerce is there, and all. My first thing when we choose what we do after 12th and when we talked about CUCET, first thing you need to understand, a degree should not be a restriction for you. You should looking for opportunities and all. Look at, like, if I share my credentials, so I have done master from IIT Kharagpur, that in cryogenics engineering, work in domain, and since 12 years, so I take care of Noida and Greater Noida. So I teach also, obviously another responsibility I have, like being a director. So it is not known to you. So exploration. So when we go to the colleges, when we opt for the courses, idea is wherever I am, first I need to prove I'm good at that. And that is the first testimony people used to look at it. So look at it. So slowly what it said, the moment a central university combined entrance test will come into place, it doesn't mean 11, 12 will go away. It is going to there with you. So my request to all of you, don't be in a thought कि मेरा ये 11, 12 important. because it is again asked the moment you go to the post-graduation level courses. So many of you must be knowing, like CAT is the one of the biggest exam for management. When people go and study in IIMs, they ask what you did in 10th and 12th. So they actually look at you. Even you go and apply abroad and you want to do masters, or you want to do graduations abroad, they will ask you what you have done in 10th and 12th. So similarly, when we move from marks based admission as DU, we have an opportunity, we have an entrance test plus marks also. So probably when I begin the session, when I asked Pulak to begin, probably you all have to do one thing. Whatever you are doing, you need to make sure you are doing with a full force, with all hard work or all sincerity, but you need to use a rule called 70-30, and which we have been sharing and telling to the people. I say 17-30 formula, what it says. My life, or anybody running an industry or an organization, he or she has to use 70% time for present thing, but 30% time should go for a future thing. So it is also not right if I study only 11th or only 12th stuff कि जो स्कूल में पढ़ा रहे हैं वही पढ़ रहा हूं मैं. No, again it is going to hurt you, because the future is bound to come. It is going to come. You are going to cross that 2 years time, and then suddenly you will find I need to find some ways for me. Because like I say, time, resource, money, but right now you have, what is the important thing with you is a time only. So you need to invest 30% of time to make yourself better for future. And that's where the aptitude, learning, finding out the professional courses, and we have seen like people prepare, and even I've seen like JEE, NEET and all, people even prepare much ahead of this. So somebody is going for a law, somebody is going for management, or somebody is going for a even DU CUCET basically. So you need to start your things right now, and you need to invest 30% of your time and your effort so that you are on the right path. So Pulak ma'am, I'll advise you share the PPT.
Sure.
In between, whenever any questions required, my request to all of you, when the Pulak ma'am will be presenting the data and facts with you, come up with your question. You can unmute, speak, or you can use the chat box. So I'm here. I'm in in the session itself. So if required, I'll jump in between, and then I'll may request to add some of the points. Pulak ma'am, over to you.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. So a very warm good morning, everyone. Would be great if I could probably see a few faces, but then as sir mentioned, I mean, it of course depends on your comfort level, but it's very good to have an interactive audience where you could see them and relate to their nodding heads. So that's up to you guys totally. So yes, why are we here for today's session and what is the purpose of today's session? It's very clear. It's CUCET demystified, right? And now there's a lot of confusion. There's a lot of discussion. There's a lot of deliberation over the fact that what the CUCET is all about. Are we not going to study 11th and 12th, or are 11th and 12th marks not important, and how much the role of merit is going to be there? There are a lot of questions, and I am I kind of understand that being a parent or being a student, questions and queries at this stage are quite natural. So in today's session, we'll try probably giving you an insight about what CUCET exam is about, or what probably is going to be the DU's new phase as far as CUCET is concerned. And then probably let's keep it interactive, like sir mentioned. Let's come up with questions and probably we could answer those. So instead of keeping a Q&A round at the end, why not keep it very interactive since the very beginning? So whatever questions and queries or concerns you guys have, you probably could address it. We've given an option to unmute all of you at the mid. So that is, of course, there. Right, of course. So now CUCET के बारे में अगर मैं बताऊं, so CUCET, I'll just move on to the very last part because it becomes important for us to first understand what CUCET is about. So yes, CUCT basically is nothing. It's a Central University's common entrance test, an all India test being organized for various integrated undergraduate, postgraduate and research programs. So it's not UG, but it's PG in research programs in different central universities and state universities of India. Now this would be conducted by National Testing Agency. Now CUCT has been conducting its examination. But why is CUCT now in much of a news? Because the Executive Council of Delhi University on 17th December met, and what they decided was that they would actually not only admitting students to the most sought after universities of the country only on the basis of merit, right? Why was this decision taken? Because you know, there is a discrepancy in different marking regime of different boards, right? There was this news in an year where in like in SRCC, Shriram College of Commerce, 80% of the seats were occupied by Tamil Nadu students. Now it becomes very difficult for students belonging to those boards who probably have a difficult marking regime to probably secure a seat in their favorite colleges. And probably this decision was taken keeping in mind that. So not only merit, now an aptitude's role would also be there. Now, what exactly would be aptitude is still something we are uncertain about. Abhi notification nahi aayi hai. Agar hum Delhi University ke respect mein dekhe to, right? So different universities, be it BHU, be it JNU, be it Delhi University, be it Allahabad University, and the list of course is endless. So all these universities have their own set of rules for admitting students through CUCET. But if we talk about Delhi University, which is one of the most sought after universities, and all of us sitting here might be interested in one or the other program of Delhi University, what we need to understand over here is that not only merit, but certain section of aptitude would also be given a role. Now that certain section of aptitude is, so first of all, it becomes important for us to understand what aptitude is about. So aptitude is not something that's kind of studied or that's kind of mugged up in a month or a year or 2 years or so. Aptitude for me is something that we all of us carry within ourselves. It's just about brushing up your skills, right? So if you actually want to see what aptitude looks like, it's more of numerical ability, verbal ability, logical, analytical reasoning, and general awareness. So these 4 things actually comprise of aptitude, right? Maths we all of us have been studying, but kis level ka maths aptitude form mein aayega? English is something that all of us are comfortable with. So probably English becomes an important part of aptitude, your reading comprehension skills, your word power, bit of your knowledge on grammar. Reasoning, when I say logical and analytical reasoning, reasoning's role in aptitude and reasoning's major rising role in aptitude cannot be denied of, right? So you given a situation or you being given a set and probably applying those skills. And general awareness is something that's there with us all our life, be it whatever preparation we want to indulge ourselves in, be it law preparation, be it IPM preparation, be it any competitive exam preparation, or be it CAT preparation at PG level, right? So general awareness role cannot be denied of. So this is what the aptitude looks like. But how are these different colleges and probably DU, Delhi University, going to pay emphasis on aptitude? Is the aptitude going to be a very generic aptitude, or is the aptitude going to be a subject prominent aptitude? Is something that we aren't sure about at the moment. And for that, we are still waiting for notifications. These exams are supposed to be conducted in month of May end or June. June aap maan ke chalo, May end ke chances thode kam lag rahe hai. So that's the general timeline of these exams. But what we know for sure at the moment is that Delhi University would be joining CUCET. And if I emphasize bit on Delhi University part, this was the news I was talking about. Unbelievable, all India CBSE topper to be in St. Stephen's waiting list. So if I don't know how many of you know about it or not, this is a pretty old news. So Sarthak Agrawal, who scored 99.96% and topped the CBSE board examination, was put in St. Stephen's college ka waiting list, right? Now it becomes very difficult for students who, after so much of hard work and labor, end up securing say 98, 99, 99.99, 100 and still are put in waiting list. Gets very unfair for those students. Hence, merit ka role hai. Matlab, एक चीज मैं डेफिनेटली जो क्लियर करना चाहती हूँ वो ये है, और जैसे सर ने भी एम्फसाइज करा, इट इज नॉट लाइक हमें एकदम 11th-12th को टाटा बाय बाय कर देना है, नॉट पे मच एम्फेसिस, और हमें तो दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी में ही जाना है, या हमें कोई भी कॉम्पिटेटिव एग्जाम क्लियर करना है तो प्रोबेबली हमारे लिए तो मिनिमम 45 या 50 या 60% मैटर करेंगे. नो, इट इज नॉट लाइक दैट, because time and again I've been emphasizing on the fact we do not know about the process that these universities would go up with. All that we know is aptitude is going to play an important role. What exactly is going to be the weightage? Is it going to be 50-50 for aptitude and merit? It's 60-40, it's 70-30. Is it a general aptitude? Is it a subject specific aptitude? Are certain things that we are still unclear about. So best advisable thing at the moment is to give your best shot. And at the same time, a smarter approach would be to also start preparing, or probably start referring books and start discussing and knowing the ambit of aptitude. Because see, like I said, aptitude mein kuch aisa padna nahi. It's about brushing up your skills, and of course, brushing up your skills in accordance with the different examinations. Itna pata aptitude hai, so why waste our time? Start actually contemplating, start discussing, probably with your parents, among your friends, start solving previous year maths textbooks, start enhancing your vocabulary, probably inculcate that habit of reading a book every day, retaining it, discussing it with your friends, family. So all of that becomes very, very important. And this was what I was exactly focusing on, Delhi University cutoffs, which are like really, really high. And hence, the decision was taken keeping in mind these high cutoffs, because it becomes at times very difficult for kids to secure a place in their favorite colleges. And these are probably the list of programs. So these are the different colleges, and these are the list of programs, not only BCom honors, history, pol science, economics, mathematics, physics, chemistry. It's probably huge. And yes, this was also one important, this was also something that I discussed. The U first cutoff release 100% needed for 3 courses in LSR. So मेरे को लगता है these skyrocketing cutoffs are making lives like really, really difficult. And there would be a time when 100%, मतलब when we talk to kids and when we ask them their marks or their percentage in their boards, they always come up with an answer, which I've been noticing for the 5-7 years, that बहुत अच्छे मार्क्स नहीं है. And when you actually end up asking them कितने मार्क्स है, like 97 ही है मैम, और 90-80 मैम. So वो mindset बन गया कि अरे 97-98 कम है, हमें तो अभी 99.99 या 99.9 या 100 पे ही टारगेट करके चलना है. So of course, with changing times, probably people around and universities around are also realizing the same fact and are paying emphasis on or paying weightage on aptitude as a role, which becomes very, very important. And one good point to actually note out here is at this stage, once we are actually deciding what do we actually want to do career-wise, this is a time where we face a lot of dilemma. We do not know हमें क्या करना है. And being parent or being student, we always want to keep backups, right? हमें हमेशा लगता है कि what if path A work नहीं करता है? Path A is my first love, but I still need to keep option B or option C. And probably that is a smarter approach. There's no harm keeping backups, right? There's no harm doing that. So अगर आपको लगता है, like, so if my first passion is getting into SRCC or getting into LSR or getting into economics honors, St. Stephen's ka economics honors, or getting into any of these renowned colleges, not only Delhi University, but say BHU or JNU or any of these central universities, I will still try keep a backup. So studying for aptitude is, as it is, not going to be a waste for you, because if one fine day you are, say, suppose interested in mass communication, getting into the best brands associated with mass communication would also require or would also test you on aptitude. Just that, अगर आप mass comm के लिए prepare कर रहे हो, so media aptitude as a subject plays a major role, not a major role, but thoda sa role, right? If you're preparing for, say, hotel management, English, maths, reasoning, GK के अलावा service aptitude is going to play a role. If we are going to prepare for, say, IPM, right? IPM is, of course, integrated program in management that these IMs have started making it a mini CAT exam, right? Then also aptitude role is going to play an important role with component of higher maths, 11th, 12th maths that students would be tested on. If somebody is wanting to prepare for law, then also role of aptitude is there with a combination of legal aptitude. So aptitude ka role as it is not going to go anywhere. What we need to learn and what we need to understand is कि notifications आएंगे, I can also wait for notification. Sir can also wait for notification. You as parents and kids and teachers can also wait for notification. But the right step or right direction, right step in this particular direction would probably be realizing what are the ambits that I should actually start preparing for. When I say start preparing for, it's not like pick them up. You could just probably see what aptitude look like. You can sit with your parents, discuss that. I'm sure all of the parents sitting here, a lot of exposure. They're like highly experienced, and probably they can also be in much better position to guide these students about whatever's happening or what's coming next in their kitty, right? So that's probably I wanted to emphasize on. यही थोड़ा मेजर पार्ट था जो मेरे को बताना था. बेसिकली कि CUCT है क्या. दिस एग्जाम हैज बीन कंडक्टेड, मतलब ये एग्जाम कंडक्ट होता आ रहा है. दिस ईयर मोस्टली बिकम्स इंपॉर्टेंट बिकॉज all of the audiences sitting here have one big option in mind, that is Delhi University. And this CUCT thing becomes all the more important because the college that all of us were looking for or were running after all these years is also now part of CUCT. So DU's treatment was all different. Now it also joins the league. But of course, there are other colleges in CUCT. It is not like Delhi University is the only college that we're talking about. Of course, there are other universities, and these probably are the names: Delhi University, Banaras Hindu University, Jawaharlal Nehru University, JNU, Jamia Millia Islamia, University of Allahabad, Prayagraj, Aligarh Muslim University, Hyderabad University, Tezpur University, Vishwa Bharati University, and Central University of Punjab. So there are these other names as well. Right. And like I told you before, no more only merit-based admission. Weightage is to be defined. How much weightage to be defined is a very subjective call depending on university to university. Right. And this exam is going to be in online mode from this year, would be conducted by National Testing Agency, like I just mentioned. So probably that was something that I wanted to share with students. So it would be great if you could also probably add in something or share your insights on this particular part, please.
Okay, so as you shared, we have information like NTA is going to conduct. So that information is there with us. Second information they're saying by 15th of Feb, we are expecting a detailed notification on the exams. And the third thing I'll say, it is going to happen in month of June. That's what NTA has notified, and they say latest by first week of July. So there are like news, and it is actually published by NTA saying this exam will not go later than July. But they are saying the most preferred month they are going to take up, because see, the NTA is now started conducting almost all of the examination, be it JEE, NEET, and because that agency was made by the government to conduct the tests. So moment they are there, they have a slots, and basically they are finding the June slots are much available for them, and it's good for the kids also. So I think we can take up some questions, and then probably I'll like to share, because obviously we can talk more about aptitude, how to study subjects and all. I'll be more happy to share that, but I think it is more important what you want to know than what we want to share. So can we come up quickly in 5 minutes? Your question, use the chat box, or one or two can unmute and speak also. That will be also great. Yes, over to you guys. Okay, let's see. So we have a 99 people in the class. So okay, so we expect 99 ka chakkar to hai hamare paas. Or I can take a name, right? I start taking names. What we do when people don't respond, we start taking names. Any questions? Anything? Any question? Not a question type. Anything you like to ask from us? Okay. So Akriti, we saw you. Do you have any question? Are you there in the session?
Good morning, sir.
Very good morning.
So I didn't have as much as a question. I had this query about, Jamia Millia University, whether they were considering CUCT or not, but ma'am just told. So yeah, that would be very helpful. That was it.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes. And see, 2-3 universities are there, and which has a very prominent presence into the academia in this country, where you find like DU, obviously, no doubt about it, but Jamia is there, Aligarh Muslim University is there, BHU is also one of the prominent one, and Allahabad University. So probably you will not keep your options just limited to DU. Probably you should expand if you really want to see the campuses around. People feel like, okay, कहाँ जाएंगे, city कैसे छोड़ेंगे, but any day future में तो आपको कहीं जाना ही जाना है. So probably your range has increased. So when we say, if I want to do a conventional program, which I do my 11th, 12th, and then I move to the next program, obviously I'll extend to DU, to Jamia, to BHU, to Allahabad, to Aligarh Muslim University. So probably these are like 5-6 names for those of people who stay in NCR. So because they are all other north-based schools. There are a university like University of Hyderabad, superb university, like the kind of academic rigor is there in that university, and the kind of people I have seen from that university. It is like wonderful to see. It seems like they are one of the top people in our country. Okay, so now whom I should take the name just randomly to check. Sapula, can you just come up on the aptitude one? Probably we may have something to discuss over there.
Yeah, sure, sir. I mean, it would be great if all of you could just ask questions or probably show a quick thumbs up so that we know that you guys are on the same page as we are and you got some insight or some clarity. Let's keep it interactive. I'm sure there would be questions that would be coming in your mind. Come up with that, no matter how chota bada question it is.
We got a question.
Okay.
Dia had asked it, Dia Joshi.
Yeah.
So she asks, is there any possibility when 11, 12 subjects will be included? Answer for this is, when they go for a like part A, part B, we talked about it. So this is going to be part A and part B. So this is aptitude. And again, there's a debate going on. So UGC has said, so UGC is a full form is University Grant Commission. So basically all the universities come in a purview of UGC. Then obviously all the university has their own choices. So UGC has recommended they should go with the aptitude in the party, because there's a role of UGC in this. But you look at the university name BHU. Anybody is conversant and knowing the BHU, what they have a test, what they say, they conduct a test based on subjects, and they add subjects plus aptitude together. And they have been conducting this test almost for like 20 odd years, more than 20 odd years. I'll say entrance test of BHU is very famous. Those who are from this background, like north background, I'll say, are more of a UP, Bihar, Bengal. Though these domain are much, they don't know much about that BHU as a college, BHU as a university. So BHU comes over subjects and aptitude. Yes, so what they do? Yes, please.
So I'm a teacher. I'm Preeti Sharma. So
Yes,
I passed out of BHU.
Oh, great.
So I gave my entrance in 1991 for BCom honors. So it is so, the history is so, it's so long ki it has been taken entrances from that time. And as you rightly said, this is the pattern which they take test. So it's the aptitude, general aptitude, English plus the subject. So I also want to add something, sir, here.
Yes,
what happens is children of class 11th and 12th, so they start preparing for entrances, but they think that, the things which they have studied in 11th, 12th doesn't matter, but they actually matter a lot. So whatever they have studied in 11th is also very important. Because if you see, you take JE or any other exam, so most of the portion which is asked in, physics, chemistry, maths is of 11th. Children have to understand that, okay, you study for your entrances, but your subject knowledge is also very important.
Yes. And I think, ma'am, when I begin that session, I said, what you do in present, that is the first testimony you need to prove. क्या तुम करना चाहते हो, that's a matter. Obviously, we have to look at the future, but what you do, you have to do with the all fine efforts. So, and rightly said by ma'am. See, sometimes what happens, they say only 12 subjects will be asked. Only 12th. Don't, like, who can believe that if I ask question from the 12 subjects, don't you think the 11 subjects clarity will help to do well in the 12 subjects? So when you study, when they say only 12th will be asked, doesn't mean I can study only 12th and forgot each and everything which is taught in the 11th. You will not able to connect. So subjects are like, they are the progressive in manner. So when the BHU asks, obviously BHU take care of almost 11, 12, and you will be surprised. They may go back even below. They ask question from your 9th, 10th also. So obviously you need to build up subject, but yes, they have a like different test for commerce, different for humanities, different from science. So BHU pattern is also proven one. So we are not denying the fact the part B can be your subject one. Part B can be a subject one. But yes, because BHU has stressed, and that is a proven track record of any central universities. So they are giving a lot of feedback to the NTA, to the UGC, to adopt a pattern. Obviously, there will be some midway path of it. So whatever, obviously, we'll wait for like 15th of Feb. If it comes up, probably we'll have a more of clarity, but that is very important. Aptitude is going to be there, and the subject comes to the picture. And in the subject come, it is not you are going to write. You are going to be aptitude based only. So there will be questions and you need to mark the answer. So it's a multiple choice questions only. Another thing they have been debate ki part 1, part B, let's create a CUCET, and then comes with the 50% of your weightage of your 12th, which BHU was not taking that. But the moment it changes, BHU has to come up, because BHU understand the kind of clientele they have. Like you come to Bihar board, come to UP board. Like I was like second topper in district. I come from Bihar. So I got 69% in 12th. And I was a second rank holder in my district. 83% is guy who got topped in Bihar. So you look at the kind of gap, like if somebody gets 69, I think log recognize bhi nahi karenge aaj ke din mein. So obviously there will be a debate, there will be discussion, but our job is not to be a part of it. Our job is what could be a possibility. And when we say aptitude, you should be started learning maths. When you say it is nothing but up to 10th class maths. 10th class maths only, nothing else. So percentage, ratio, time, speed, distance, time and work, basic geometry, triangle-based questions, basic algebra, quadratic equations, and then roots, and something around it. Number system, unit digit, prime number, composite number, this kind of number. So there are so many basics we have learned since our 10th class, and we all are 10th pass. So nobody can say, सर मैंने तो मैथ छोड़ दिए. अरे तो मैथ कोई पूछता नहीं. Aptitude is not about math. This is a math up to 10th class, and you and I basically already cleared that that base of being like coming to the 11th and 12th. So when we teach in the classes, so I'm many times my father used to say कि इतना बड़ा डिग्री लेके you teach what 10th class maths, but we say no, we teach aptitude. So this is it. Let's see if you have more questions into the chat box. Yes, answer. That's what I said. Still, it is not known how much weightage board marks will be given. But yes, that's what we expect. I think clarity will come in this month itself. What CUT will looks like, and how it may happen. The CUC will become a central test. DU will say, I will give 50% weightage to CUCET and 50% to the mark. BHU may say, they will take only CUCT. So that is also a possibility. So it is just like CUCT as the exam and what other university is going to take up. It is similar manner. Somebody writes any central test like CAT लिख लिया और MBA करने जाना है. So each and every college has their own criteria कि CAT कितना वेटेज होगा और मैं बाकी चीजों पे कितना वेटेज टेस्ट करूंगा. Okay, so that's, I think that is what 2 questions were there into the chat box. Any question? Anything?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, I is this side. I want to ask whether there will be any mock test will be given by NTA to prepare for this in the coming time. Is there any likeliness for that? Likelihood for that?
Yes, definitely. NTA has whenever they have come up with any kind of test, you go to their website and they have a sample test available, and it is not important for NTA basically. It is more important, and that will be a demand by all the central universities, because if you don't give, because online thing has given one thing. पहले क्या होता था, पेपर होता था और तुम्हें रिजल्ट्स मिलता था. आज के दिन में क्या होता है, they conduct the paper, they will give you the entire paper and what marking you had done. So that much transparency nowadays is present. So we write a test and after 20 days and 30 days we get entire paper with us where what I have done. So there is nothing like आप सोचोगे अच्छा तो गया था, रिजल्ट क्यों खराब है. पहले ऐसा बहुत होता था. We used to tell, मतलब हम अपने डेज में तो काफी ऐसा कहते थे, कैसा गया पेपर, अच्छा गया है. रिजल्ट खराब आते थे तो बड़ा डिफिकल्ट होता था टू एक्सप्लेन. बट इट इज अ वन वे गुड एटलीस्ट. सो the moment they can display their paper after their test, it means they need to come back. So अभी आप देखो एक बहुत important exam है which has changed its pattern. So CLAT you might be knowing it. So CLAT earlier they have a different pattern of question. The moment they change the pattern, they say no doubt they have a different way to ask questions. So they comes up with not only the one sample paper, they come with at least 3 sample paper was present. What kind of, and then they define why they do that. So nowadays that is there into the system. Anything comes up new, it's called a frequently asked questions. So NTA has to define that. So I'm very much sure it will come, and probably we are also eagerly waiting, okay, what they are going to put up over there. Yes, please. So it is 8:43. So what we were told like 45 minutes time. So that's why we kept things very straight, very thing. I have not discussed questions and all. We thought we'll be taking as a discussion. So 30 minutes for presentation we kept and 50 minutes we kept for discussion. So anything probably we may ask. Still we have a 2 minutes time, and we are here.
Yeah, so in case anyone has any questions, anything that probably want to share, discuss, anything.
And will this be an online exam?
Yes.
Yes, online. Very few examinations are offline. Only barring CLAT has come to online to offline. But the lawyer लोग का अलग ही दुनिया होता है, उनका अलग ही रुतबा है. They said by बाकी दुनिया online ले रही है तो हम तो offline ही लेंगे. So that Bullock, what she is also a lawyer by degree. So but yes, what I don't expect in the technology based world, if we go on a pen and paper based test, and see it's the biggest thing for which the CUCT is doing, number of expected applicant is going to be 25 lakhs. It is going to be the world biggest exams. It's not the India's biggest, the world biggest examination. And alone Delhi is expecting they will touch around 9 lakhs nearby applicants for this. Then other, because all India will come into the picture. and each and everybody will aspire. Now, if from the smaller village, from northeast, from Tripura, will inspire and he will aspire to come to DU. So competition तो थोड़ा बढ़ेगा, इसीलिए हमें aptitude में absolute best करना पड़ेगा. Okay.
Any other question? Anybody? Does anyone have any other query? You may.
Ansaz put up one question in my chat box. He says, not DU, which colleges are the best for the commerce? See, I'll say answer is pretty simple. Good university has a good college. So I think the DU has a good university system, so they have a good college. Similarly, you will find the BHU has been known for its commerce program. Even then the Jamia is also known. So there's nothing like like there are colleges in Mumbai University. They are like one of the finest colleges, because the Mumbai is also known for courses like commerce and economics and the BBA and also. So probably you may think some options in Mumbai, some in Delhi, and obviously if you want travel, go to BHU and all. Obviously these are the good university for you. But yes, idea is you do well in your 12th and look forward and prepare for at least what is going to come up in your way. That's a CUCET.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, please.
Good morning, sir. So I just wanted to ask, like, apart from this exam, we have a particular college's personal exams, like the entrance exams. So when is this exam given? Like after giving that particular college's entrance exam or before the exam?
No, this I think it will go, because this Delhi University has couple of their entrance tests. So for language, for BMS and BFIFA, the dues JAT, what we say. I think the moment CUCET will come in place, all these smaller examinations will go away. They need to find way how they are going to redirect. If at max they can come up with, that's called interview processes, because couple of places they may come up with saying कि मैं interview लूंगा, CUCET है 12th है, but interview process भी लगाऊं, ताकि so that that entrance test is going to be a much what is there, like my choice. Even they have given test, but I know whom I'm actually recruiting. तो कोई entrance test तो नहीं होने के chances है, but yes, interview process may be incorporated in these universities.
Okay, so and this is only for DU or all the other colleges?
All the other colleges, because see the centrally, when the UGC will come in place, तो वो तो सारे universities में ये rule लगेगा. And that is what the government has said, and government want a common basis. We need to understand one thing. India is moving a new pattern called NEP, National Education Policy, which came in place in 2021. And now slowly what they say, credit system to be developed. So you may study 1 year in DU, and then you feel like नहीं अभी ना कुछ और job करना चाहते हैं. You go back to the job and come back and go to the University of Hyderabad. You need to do only 2 years to finish your graduation. That's what the system, like credit transfer system, going to be in place. The moment all over India's, all the universities has to be in a one kind of system. I'm very much sure the CUCET in place, they have a common background कि भाई ये level है आप, तो इस level के through आप कहाँ पे आप अपने admissions ले सकते हैं. तो I think the Indian education system, and I believe, I hope also, what is there in national education policy, this is the must for the nation. Otherwise, we have seen our education system is not providing that extensive and the options for us. तो ये बहुत ही clear है कि CUCET होगा तो बाकी entrance test होने के chances नहीं है. Okay.
Thank you so much, Ramanut sir, Pulak ma'am, for enlightening us about CUCET, and I would request Akriti to propose the vote of thanks.
Thank you so much, Ramanut sir and Pulak ma'am, for spending your valuable time for this session. It was highly informative, and I think the student, they definitely took a lot from your presentation. Thank you so much. And also thank you everyone for joining. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. Thanks
Thank
for
you,
Thank
sir.
you,
Thank you,
everyone.
ma'am.
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you, Manipal, for coordinating.
Yeah. I
Thank
must
you,
thank
sir.
Manipal.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
Have a
So I'm
nice day.
closing.